This newsprint is killing me.
Is it really?
Oh.
Oh, surprise.
Oh, hi.
I'm recording. How about that?
Oh. Well, you'll go back and edit that out.
I'm sure I will, if I remember.
I can't handle newsprint.
That's what I heard.
It's the allergies going.
Okay. So at this point, we are resuming episode number 253, and we're going to continue talking about the Shorts Block number 2 from the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival.
Better late than never, huh?
Yes.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe never would be preferable.
We'll let the other folks decide. What did I want to say? You know, we talked, obviously, in between here, and I want to reiterate again, because you pointed out that maybe we were too harsh on some of these films or whatever. I understand these are people's babies, and we appreciate them. So I think I need to stress that. I think we said that, and we've been we've been kind, but some of them we didn't like as much as others. But like I said last time,
well, yeah, it wasn't that they weren't good.
Yeah, it wasn't for us, or there were maybe things that didn't appeal to us for whatever reason. We try to address those issues. I love all of these movies, even if I don't like them.
Okay, right.
That last time, I'm gonna say it again, and I appreciate the fact that these are out here, and maybe these aren't all perfect for us, but who said they're supposed to be? But the fact is, it's great because things like these are getting made, and there's an outlet to see them, and that's one of the things that I appreciate about the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival, and you know why we're going to make that extra effort this year to go all the way up to Portland and see it again, or not these same ones, but see the festival there and support it there too.
Yes.
Yeah. So, having said that, anything else you wanted to add before we jump right into this?
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's talk about Shorts Block number 2.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say I felt like I was a little hard on the political one, but I've just had it up to my eyeballs and beyond with political stuff and the joke of voting for the lesser of two evils or the greater evil, or there's just been so many jokes through all the, election time comes around and it's just like, oh no, not more stuff like that. That's just me.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to say that while it wasn't for me and I was like, oh geez, just hurry up and get over with, that one actually got the biggest rise out of the audience. So I wanted to say that. So obviously it was just
your personal opinion that it,
right.
And that's what this is here. We talk about this all the time. These are just our opinions. We share with things, feelings, gut feelings, reactions to movies. That's why we don't break down every scene. That's why we don't give you every character name, everything. Right. We're just, we're just an entertainment podcast, folks.
Right. And most people enjoy, making fun of politics and politicians and political parties and whatnot. Everyone has an opinion, and everybody.
Problem is, so many other people take it so seriously when they do. They can't laugh at their own. It's great when it's at somebody else's expense, but.
Right. Wait. What are you saying?
I'm just saying that that's a very touchy subject, and that's why we avoid those type of things.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is, because this was made with. It was very clear to me it was one party making fun of another. Mm-hmm. So if you find yourself on the right side or the wrong side, it's going to maybe affect how you feel about it. Or,
one way or another.
Politics,
Yeah, that's why we avoid it.
Yes, the audience loved it.
Yeah.
Big cheers, big laughs. I mean, it was a huge success.
Yes.
Maybe I stink. I don't know. Okay, so let's move on.
Let's move on and actually remind everybody who we are.
Oh, good idea.
Welcome to the Vices in Caramel 30 Minutes to Kill podcast.
You are listening to the Vices and Teramo show. 30 Minutes to Kill, more or less. We are normally a horror entertainment podcast or show featuring horror, suspense, and psychological thrillers. But as we mentioned previously, this episode is going to be a little bit different because we are focusing exclusively
hopefully not extensively.
Not extensive. Hopefully exclusively on the films from the short block number 2 of the
Lovecraft Film Festival and CthulhuCon.
Oh, I'm so out of practice.
It was like a couple months ago now.
It's ridiculous.
We're getting around to it. You know what? It's been a really long spring.
Yes, it has.
June has hit us like a ton of bricks.
Yes.
Yeah, like a slap in the face. And yeah, spring is finally behind us. We had a few rough months and a lot of things going on where like, I can't even believe it's June.
Yeah.
So yeah, I apologize because I know most listeners don't care, but I do know some listeners out there wait for us to release a new
show every night.
Weekly podcast. Remember that one guy? Hey, I listen to you on Monday mornings on my commute. Where are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we used to be really good at releasing one every Sunday night. But we've really been off kilter. So
well, we are making an effort to fix that. We've made an effort, I should say, to fix that. And looks like for the next month or so, I've got actually 2 days off in a row. We're going to get back on track. I can even tell you the next one is going to be on Zombie World.
Oh, yay.
You know what? Let's talk about those movies.
All right. Okay, so when we came back after our intermission for Shorts Block number 2, the very first short film we saw was The Call.
Yeah.
Benoit, 50, is a police lieutenant wounded by the disappearance of his wife, Lisa. Or Lise. Sorry. Lise.
Okay.
Unable to perform his grief, he sees his physical and mental health decline when she mysteriously surfaces again years later. Then Benoit begins to undergo a strange transformation. Okay, this was a foreign film. You could tell the synopsis was translated. I did my best to help translate it.
I'm going to try to do my best to read the brief one that's on the webpage.
That's a great idea. Yes, we decided this on our last podcast that you actually have better descriptions that you're pulling off the website. I think a lot of them were redone.
And is that Benoit? Is that how it's pronounced?
It is.
Okay, Benoit, 50, is a police lieutenant wounded by the disappearance of his wife, Lise. Unable to perform his grief, he sees physical and mental decline as she mysteriously surfaces again years later. Then Benoit begins to undergo a strange transformation. Yeah, that's the exact same one.
Didn't I just say that?
You said that exact same thing. Well, sometimes they're better, sometimes they're exactly the same.
Benoit that's a French name. And I know Benoit because I'm a total dork and love professional wrestling. Old school, not the last X number of years, but going back to, the early years of wrestling. Anyway, Chris Benoit, awesome wrestler.
Okay.
May he rest in peace. He's no longer with us, but yeah.
So The Call, the movie, what did you think about that? You were mentioning the fact that it was, they're all foreign films to us, aren't they?
Yes.
Pretty much. But a little bit lost in translation, but all in all, I remember it holding my attention all the way through.
Yeah, I was really trying to figure out what was going on because we see the lieutenant. There's a scene that something was going on down on the beach, and he comes in. And, a lot of policemen standing around, and there's a body, what looks like a dead body on the beach. He goes over, and it looks like a naked dead woman on the sand. But, they look at her and roll her over and whatnot. If I'm remembering that correctly, It's been a couple months. And she's alive. Mm-hmm. And she actually bites one of the policemen. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
but I was unclear because she ends up in the lieutenant's home with him. Oh yeah, there was like a sex scene and stuff.
Yes, there was.
But I was like, ooh, yeah. But it kind of seemed like he was keeping her kind of a secret.
Yeah,
yes.
There was more to it than there was going on. And this is what I was talking about, the part that seemed a little lost in translation for us.
Yeah, I kind of didn't get what was going on.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of intriguing and
yeah. Like I said, I was riveted and interested. I wanted to know and I wanted to understand. So it kept our attention the entire way through.
Okay.
Talking about the next one, Lure, stop motion animation.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that one?
Well, I voted that one as my favorite.
Really? Did it have anything to do with the fact, at least for me, this reminded me of an Amazing Stories episode?
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, now hold on.
Okay.
Lure. Oops, my synopsis is cut in half. Hold on.
It's on page 5.
Wow, not only is it cut in half, the word is cut in half also.
It's only one sentence, though.
Oh, no, it is?
Pretty much.
Oh, my gosh. A controversial geologist takes his strange theories to an isolated fishing hole with strange behavior and history. That's a badly written sentence. The fishing hole is what has strange behavior and history, I guess, not the geologist.
And I missed out on him being controversial. I think that was something that kind of...
Well, yeah.
But again,
go ahead.
I was going to say short, only 4 minutes, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh my gosh, I loved it.
You go for anything stop motion animation, pretty much anyhow, right?
Oh yeah, I'm instantly sold already anyway.
But the
oh my gosh, I loved his clothes. That little sweater he was wearing. Like the animation was really awesome. I loved it.
And the story, I mean, we won't talk too much about it, but it's, like I said, it very much had the feel of, a Amazing Stories episode, and I'm trying to remember who was in that episode initially.
David Carradine.
David Carradine, that's right. And, the other character in there and stuff.
Oh, the girl the one that played his daughter, she was supposed to be his daughter.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, it was, definitely entertaining, quick. One of those things that, like we said last podcast, often these films are short films, kind of like a joke with a quick punchline and so on. So that's kind of what this was. But again, for those 4 minutes, you were riveted and waiting to see what happens and where it all played out, I thought.
Yes, because he's out, just real briefly, he's out in a cabin alone, and he's going out to this fishing hole every day and throwing his his lure into the water to see what he catches or dredges up.
Yeah.
And each day the water level is going down, and he gets some unusual things.
Yes, he does.
So anything that was so Lovecraft. Anytime there's water, super deep water, it was a fishing hole, but it seemed like a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
That's got Lovecraft written all over it. Yeah. Anything that's deep in the earth, deep underwater,
deep in space.
Maybe you shouldn't mess with it.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, this one was great, and I loved the. I mean, and I guess can we? I mean, I don't know if we're going to be. Can we find this one maybe to share it with everybody?
I don't know. I will look it up and see what I can find. Like I said, this year you're not finding as many of them online as I did last year.
Right. Because I'm just going to say it's called Lure. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, okay, he's fishing. He's luring. Like maybe he shouldn't be trying to lure anything out of there. But then you kind of get the feeling the tables have turned and maybe something is luring him.
Right.
So it was very clever. It was, like I said, I loved the animation. It was very organic and kind of warm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Textures and stuff. And it was beautiful.